Ladies and gentlemen, in the battle between law and grace, between legalism and liberty, between religion and relationship, grace wins.
There is no rule in my marriage that says I have to kiss my wife. There's no law that says thou shalt kiss thy wife every night before going to sleep. And not just a little peck, but a full-blown French kiss. A kissing rule would quickly become burdensome. No, in my marriage, I kiss my wife because I enjoy kissing her. Our marriage is a relationship, not a list of rules. Legalism in marriage would take all the fun out of our relationship. In the same way, Christianity is about having a relationship with Jesus, not about keeping a list of do's and don'ts. Life in Christ Jesus does not force us to live holy lives. Rather, it inspires us to live holy lives. Doing right is not a duty, it is a delight. I don't have to kiss my wife. I like kissing my wife. In the same way, 1 John 5:3 says, His commandments are not burdensome. Jesus actually replaced the 10 commandments with 2 commandments. He said in Mark 12:30-31, You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. And the second, like it, is this: You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Matthew 22:40 adds, On these 2 commandments hang all the law and the prophets. All 10 commandments fall under these 2 commandments. Did Jesus do away with the 10 commandments? No, He gave us 2 even better commandments that are even stronger. Why? Because now the commandments are not written on stone like the 10 commandments. God promised in 2 Corinthians 3:3, I will engrave them on your heart. Instead of giving us an external list of rules that are impossible to keep, God promised, I will put the love of God inside of you. Under the new covenant, you do not walk by legalism, you walk by an even higher standard than before. Is the law passed away? Jesus said He did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. Jesus said in John 15:10, If you keep my commandments, you will abide in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in His love. We are not lawless. Instead, we are under a higher law, the law of love, the law that fulfills all the other laws. James calls this new law a perfect law of liberty in James 1:25. He also calls it the royal law in James 2:8. The more love we have, the less law is needed. The less there is of love, the more law is required to get you to do the right thing. Listen to what Paul says, Owe no one anything except to love one another. For he who loves another has fulfilled the law. For the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not bear false witness, you shall not covet, and if there is any other commandment, are all summed up in this saying, namely, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Love does no harm to a neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. Romans 13:8-10. And so, the law of the 10 commandments, we don't need to follow anymore. Instead, we follow the 2 commandments, which is love God and love people. And so if we follow those 2 commandments, we find that it actually enhances all of the 10 commandments. And we actually put all those 10 commandments right under those 2 commandments. And so the law of love simplifies everything for us. And now we make our decisions, we keep our actions based on love instead of law.